Well, welcome. Happy St. Patrick's Day and welcome to the Jaffrey St. Patrick's Day virtual parade. I am Steve Jackson and I tip my shamrock hat to you. And I am the CEO and managing director of the Park Theater, the new Park Theater, located in downtown Jaffrey, New Hampshire. And it's a fairly sunny, as you can see outside, day, 39 degrees. I am in the Patron Lounge, which is located right off from the box office in the new theater, unopened new theater, but we hope to see you, very soon, as soon as it. I don't know why that skipped a beat there. We have so much in store for you today, and we have so much in store that we have to have more than one host. And so here I'm going to bring in my virtual co-hosts for the virtual parade. Number one, here is Kelly Bergeron. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, top of the morning to you, Steve.
Top of the morning. And here is our next host that I know everyone knows because he, among many other talents, he was the host of the 2019 parade, and that is Mr. Owen Houghton. And there is Owen.
Hello, Steve. Top of the morning to you.
And yes, you are wearing the green as well.
Well, I don't want the light to reflect too much.
Well, yeah, we all get a little bit of that, or at least some of us do. Well, thank you so much. We've got a lot going on for everyone who's tuning in. The first, I just want, so if folks who do not know Kelly or Owen, if you watch the Park Theater, you know me a little too well from all the video that I do. But Kelly, why don't you tell everyone a little bit? Kelly was also one of the original organizers for the parade here in Jaffrey, first one back in 2018. But maybe Kelly, you can tell us a little bit about yourself and let us know, who is Kelly Bergeron?
Okay, thanks a lot, Steve. So great to be here this morning. I live here in Jaffrey with my family, my husband, and have grown children who live in the area and two beautiful grandchildren. I'm also a business owner. I own a small business here in Jaffrey, and I'm thrilled to work in this community, and we just have wonderful people here. So back when the original parade was being started, Kevin Hampsey was actually the person that was sort of the driving force behind starting a St. Patrick's Day parade in Jaffrey. And he was sort of single-handedly doing everything by himself. And I just thought, well, gee, this is a really great event. It seems like it'd be great for our community and economic development, local businesses, and just great way to kick off spring. And I offered to give him a little bit of help. I started out by putting up a social media page and just doing kind of odds and ends. He's really been the driving force behind this, and I think we'll probably be seeing him at some point as well. So yes. That's sort of how things got started out. And, he's brought other people into the mix that have helped us. Stephanie Faulkner from People's United Bank, Stephanie from Team Jaffrey, Mike, and, Owen, and lots of other people. We've also had great support from our local businesses in sponsoring bands and so forth. So we're looking forward to the day when we can go in person again.
Wonderful. And Owen, I can't believe no one would not know Owen, but someone possibly somewhere does not know Owen Houghton. So Owen, give us a thumbnail sketch in 45 seconds or less.
Okay.
I
Ever
know
since
that's
I
impossible.
retired as the dean at Franklin Pierce College, I became a professional volunteer. And one of the first jobs was working with the Chamber of Commerce. I'm past president. And I've led a number of parades in town as Lord Jaffrey, which was a fictitious character to help business and promote the town generally. So I belong to a lot of nonprofit groups, and I'm sorry we're not outside with the parade today, but you're going to really enjoy this show. There's no question about that. Thanks,
I
Steve.
think that's a guarantee.
Yep.
Well, we've got, in terms of what we have ahead for everyone today, what you can look forward to in these upcoming 2 hours. We have live guests coming in from all over. They have brought videotape of performances. It works out a little bit, as anyone knows, with streaming. Sometimes live musical performances are not nearly as good, but representatives or the musicians, singers themselves, we will have several of them here, but we're going to have lots of great video for you. Historic video of St. Patrick's Day parades. Owen's got trivia. Kelly's got, if you want a great dinner out tonight or later this afternoon, Kelly's going to have all the information on the restaurants in our area that are doing special St. Patrick's Day menus. And so there is a lot that we're jamming into this 2-hour event, but it's all going to be fun. It's all going to be entertaining. One of the things that we are putting into this event is something that is always fun. And this is a 50-50 raffle that has been going on for about a week, and it will culminate towards the end at about 1:45 p.m. this afternoon. But the person to tell us all about this, who also helped us with our 50-50 raffle to benefit the Park Theater back on our New Year's Eve party, is Kit Sheely. And Kit is right there.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Kit. How are you?
Good. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Owen. Good to see you all. So you've been hard at work all week gathering raffle money. And at the moment, you have about $700. And we're looking for more raffle money because we split it 50-50. So if you're in the generous mood, start giving. We're here. And I'm here to take your gift.
So there's at least guaranteed $350 to the winner. And Kit, if you want to tell us about, I'm going to put up the types of raffle tickets that you can buy and how much they cost. Here is that information. Kit, I'll let you talk about it.
Right. So the more you give, the more you get in tickets. And then the more tickets you get, the better chance you have of winning. So a single ticket is 10. And if you buy 5 tickets, you get 6 tickets. You can see for $50. And then 10 gets you 12 tickets for 100, and 25 tickets gets you 30 tickets for $250. So you've got some options there for giving and getting.
Giving and getting. An easy way for those who have done this before, and they're popping up more and more. They've been around for a while, but if you have a smartphone, and I know having an iPhone, an easy way to go to the link to buy tickets there. And so, yes, one of those, I'm going to leave this up for a moment as we talk further about the raffle. All you have to do with an iPhone, at least, and I'm sure it's similar with an Android, is just use your camera and take when your camera's on, the camera automatically identifies that goes to a website. You will go to Square, who handles our transactions, and
I pick it up from there and add their tickets to the box.
Yeah. And so any other words from Owen or Kelly about this?
I think it's a great idea.
Great idea. Yep. Go for it. Let's hear from you. And let's get comments as you go along. You can
God
Yeah,
bless everybody.
we'll be giving updates. We'll be giving updates on all of that as we progress here, and Kit will come back and give us some updates on how big the pot's gotten. But right now, guaranteed, we are at least $350 to the winner. Only one winner. And again, if trying to find which way to get to the link to buy tickets, you can also, if you're on Facebook watching this, just scroll down a little bit, and there are multiple posts over the past several days that have the link built in. So all you have to do is just click on that link for our Facebook friends.
Steve, if they just go to the Park Theater, is there a link?
The link there is, it's a little bit more, it's easier to use Facebook as the way to get there, or to use the scan. And again, we'll, you can, if you write this down, the link to Square is the-park-theater.square.site. That's why we did the scan thing. It's a little easier than that long way to get to Square. But we hope you're enjoying it, and Kit will return with updates. Thank you, Kit.
Thank you.
All right, let us go back to the panel, and we are going to be now introducing the man who put this, as Kelly was saying, who put this event, a parade, a major parade of this, and he will tell you how major it became in just 2 outings. I mean, obviously last year was canceled, this year is canceled, but this individual, through sheer spirit and passion, made this thing happen. And I am going to bring him into our chat here. He is Mr. Kevin Hampsey. Kevin,
hey,
there
Steve.
he is.
Hey, good morning, Kevin.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, Owen.
Hey, babes.
So Kevin, as Kelly was in her remarks, was talking about how you helped get this thing rolling along. Tell us a little bit in 2018 of what, also I should mention, very notable, Kevin won the Good Neighbor Award. If you saw our Monadnock tonight, and I think this is one of the reasons why he won it. If you saw our Monadnock tonight a couple of weeks ago, we interviewed Kevin, and we talked about this because last year, Kevin won the 2020 Good Neighbor Award for the State of New Hampshire Realtors Association, and a pretty amazing recognition. But the reason he got that is, one of the reasons out of many, is because of the St. Patrick's Day parade. And so, but I'm going to let Kevin, if you can tell us about the origins of this parade and why you did it.
Well, actually, the origin of the parade was simple. Our Grand Marshal, Jimmy Quinn, came by my house one day, and I like to reference the movie Churchill. Jimmy would have like 100 ideas or 98 ideas, and 2 of them were good, and this happened to be one of them. And so this was right before Valentine's Day. So a bunch of us, and it wasn't just me. It was Kelly, myself, Stephanie Niemoller from Team Jaffrey, Stephanie Faulkner, yourself, obviously, Steve, I think Owen, and everybody helped out. The town was gracious, granting us approval and stuff, and we were able to pull it off within a month. And just from being a native and living in town, Jaffrey goes crazy on parades, whether it's a Memorial Day parade or a bicentennial. I mean, they come out for a parade. So I just knew it would be a good idea, and I knew Jimmy needed some help, and so we all pulled up our boot straps and kind of were able to pull it off. And then a couple of years ago, the second was even bigger. I mean, right now, we're the second largest St. Patrick's Day parade in the area, next to Manchester. I believe we're the only virtual St. Patrick's Day event, parade type of thing in the country right now. So, because everybody else is canceled. So we just, as a group, we all wanted to kind of put our foot in the, put our foot out there and still, do something for today and stuff. But it was kind of unbelievable that we were able to put the first one on. Obviously, it wasn't as big as the second year and stuff. But no, it's getting to be a regular thing. I mean, it's just getting sponsors is easy. I mean, the last sponsor for the last one that was canceled, they had the sponsorship of the parade that never happened this year, and then we already have the money in the bank for 2021. Knock on wood and stuff. So I mean, but it's just a good time. I mean, it's unfortunate today the sun's out. It would have been great to have the parade today.
Yeah, no question. The temperature at 39 degrees, the sun's out. This would have been perfect St. Patrick's Day parade weather. But 1 year from today, we're going to be there, and we'll be back with a third live one. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interest in it. Tell us, Kevin, there's a lot of, none of the first two would have happened, and the first three as well, almost, about the sponsors, because this is an incredible story of, Kevin may have the poster there, but he knows them. I know he knows them by heart. All of the support that Kevin was able to gather from regional companies, businesses. Tell us something about the sponsors and the sponsors that did floats.
Right. I mean, the year that didn't happen last year, we were able to break it down to even platinum sponsors, which which were, I think there are 500, and then gold sponsors 300, silver 2, and then bronze 100, and then we had friend sponsor. So pretty much everybody could get involved and chip it, and the poster was like crammed, and we had events where we had best window. The windows, the windows were all decked out in the businesses in downtown. We were doing best float. This year, last year, I think we had like 3 or 5 floats. I mean, so it's just, I mean, we're close to maximization. I mean, I think the total parade, as you guys might know, length from end to finish and stuff might be a half mile, maybe. Yeah. And so it's just, I mean, that's a fairly decent size parade, even in some of these, like even Macy's and some of these parades, they travel that and then they kind of go off the grid and stuff. So that's a fairly decent size parade. And then, I can read some of the sponsors if you want me to, Steve. WKNE 103.7. It's been awesome as far as picking this up, along with the Monadnock Ledger, the Keene Shopper. They helped market it and advertise this, and so they've been great. And then we together, Kelly, myself, you, Stephanie, we all kind of have formed this, kind of group, and we determined. I think we gave money to Kitty Rescue as a donation to the band, Conant High School band. Lots of times these bands, the locals just kind of automatically march, and we wanted to try to contribute and give back to uniforms. They're always looking for something, and but no, it's a fun time. It's a fine date. I think. I mean, the Park Theater. We could never have done it without your help, Steve. I think you usually pick out a classic movie. I don't know if it was like 1971 or something, but every year you had a great movie. So it was like the parade. You hit the pub, go to a movie, and then.
Well, and Kevin, we should talk about the performers, because who were part of the parade, and of which we have a few with us today. I mean, you had assembled performers from I think at least from Vermont, obviously from New Hampshire, as well as Massachusetts.
No, you're right. I mean, it's just not just the local band and stuff. This is the local high school band and stuff. We've had floats all the way and acts all the way from Massachusetts and Vermont, and the New Hampshire NH Scott is like Diesel. I mean, they're like the Marine Corps band and stuff. So it's just we've had some good acts. Again, NH Scott. We had we were going to have the Kelly Girls play the night before at a venue, the Legion and
Yes,
stuff.
Jimmy. We're
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, live, which would have been great. And and just the whole weekend was kind of like a weekend of festivities, And but we had the Conant High School band, I think the Hills band, the Keene American Legion band, which are great. We've even had local people like Mickey Arcisi that played on that band, so people come out for that band anyways. I mean, and then obviously the town, the fire department, the ambulance, the police, and the Knights of Columbus. I mean, the Knights of Columbus, even though it's not a huge type of thing, it kind of reminds me of something you'd catch in Mexico City for they're carrying St. Patrick, and it's kind of like New Orleans Mardi Gras. I mean, it's pretty cool. And then I'm missing some other bands, Steve. I think there's besides the Hills band, the N.H. Scott, Conant High School. There was another band or two and stuff, but we had like 5 bands all together, and then floats. So, and then we all kind of stage at St. Patrick's parking lot, which is huge. But I mean, it's full. It's full. It's overflowing. And so it's it's unfortunate. With COVID, I think it canceled at the last day, and we did the right thing. But it was just it's a lot of work. Last year's band, parade that never happened, and the year before that, Kelly will tell you, we started, and Stephanie, we started doing this back in June and July, and started by the fall getting sponsors and booking, because these acts are wanted by Holyoke, Mass, and Boston, and Manchester, so we want to make sure we get them too and stuff. So. And that's why I think we're doing this live too. I think some of them, they'd never heard of a St. Patrick's Day, virtual St. Patrick's Day parade, but they've had a year of, no parades and getting, stoned as far as events. So this would be a way of kind of promoting them. Hey, by the way, if your town is having a bicentennial.
Kevin, can you hold on one sec?
Sure.
We have got an audience member that wants to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to bring in Miss Shirley Mahoney. Shirley, come on in and say hello to everyone. It's good to see you. Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Steve. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Shirley.
Shirley.
Hi. I'd like to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving Day and a safe one. I'm just delighted that I can do this, and I'm also sending a happy St. Patrick's Day from Dawn in Heaven. So thank you very much for doing this.
God bless you, Shirley. It's good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for you're our first audience member that has come in to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day. So thank you very much for being with us, Shirley.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Have a great day, Shirley.
Eat lots of corned beef.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Shirley.
Bye.
Great.
Well, that's nice. Now tell folks, again, I'm just going to remind it for the moment, and then we have the Grand Marshal of the parade coming on momentarily. But let me remind folks that, let's see, to go on, where did I put that? Oh, this is it. There it is. If you would like to come on, like Shirley just did, you can too. All you have to do is go to parktvstudios.com, and you will be able to, with your computer that has a laptop. It's easier with a laptop or a desktop. You can do it with a Chrome on a smartphone as well. And so if you'd like to come on and wish everyone for 20, 30 seconds hello to everyone or your family or workers, please do. It's very simple. Just go to parktvstudios.com, and it will. And then once you do that, all you have to do is then it'll ask you whether you want to come through YouTube or Facebook. Just pick one of them. You'll come right in, and I'll see you on the screen, and we'll bring you in. Going back to Kevin for a second. Kevin, we want to thank you. Again, without Kevin's work on this, continued work, we would not be talking here today about anything. So a big thank you to you, Kevin.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. We
Thanks
will
for having
see
me.
Kevin. Where we will see Kevin is a year from today. He will be marching in very set on the green, in the parade. So we hope to see you. We will see you 1 year, 365 days from now.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Kelly, bye, Owen.
All right. Now, when you have a parade, almost any parade, but I don't know why it's especially important when you have a parade that's a St. Patrick's Day parade. But the Grand Marshal is a key figure to one of those parades. And the man who has been the Grand Marshal, and as Kevin said, was one of the original organizers behind this and keeping the flame of this going. And after talking to Jimmy yesterday, he wants to keep that flame as bright as possible to keep this going for generations. So it is my pleasure to bring in the Grand Marshal of the Jaffrey St. Patrick's Day Parade, Mr. Jimmy Quinn. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey, how you doing? How's everybody?
Good morning.
Jimmy, it is good to see you.
Yeah, you too, guys. Yeah.
And Jimmy has got, you've got the wearing of the good colors behind you.
Yeah, I got the Irish flag and my Donegal flag. This is where I was born, Donegal. Pretty proud of it,
Well, as you start to say of Donegal, and I think anyone would, if they're not listening to this broadcast, they wouldn't. They should understand by hearing your voice that you're not originally from Antrim. But I think to give us a little bit of your background, Jimmy, and you're also a business person, have a business here in the town of Jaffrey. But tell us a little bit about your background and your coming to America story, if you can give us a little thumbnail sketch of that.
Yeah, well, that's probably a long story. I'll try and keep it short and to the point. I ended up in New York City, where I started out in New York City. I was there for, I think, 15 years, working construction. I was a bartender down there for a while. Pretty much enjoyed it. I got hooked up on the American way, basically, down there, I was only supposed to come to America for a vacation back in the day. Ended up staying. And after, I think, 15 years, then 2014, I moved to New Hampshire. And we started the painting company down in New York City. I was living in the Bronx. And I moved the whole company. I moved lock, stock, and barrel to New Hampshire, bought property up here, and basically started hustling for jobs up around here then. We have a painting company, like, you know what I mean? So I guess I like just thinking about working all the time. That's all I do. I just think about working. And employing local guys here, and we have girls in the company too, of course, which I'm very, very proud of it, And I met Kevin. I had this idea in my head when I came to New Hampshire, because I used to always go to the parades down in New York. I would never miss them, Fifth Avenue. It was a hell of a parade, like. And I always had this idea in my head: why not have a parade? St. Patrick's Day parade in Jaffrey. So I was asking around. They said they never had it here. So I really didn't know too many people when I first came up, and I got hooked up with Kevin, and I mentioned it to Kevin. Well, he took a ball and he ran with it, and he knew a lot more people than I did. So he got a lot of stuff off the ground, you know.
Yeah.
And the first year was a hell of a success for being the first year. And that was nothing compared to the second year. I think we had like 2,500 people, spectators showed up just sidelining just to see the parade on the second year, which was amazing, you know. And
it became a phenomenon very
of course
quickly.
That's a good way of putting it. It became a phenomenon. And all year, I get people mentioning it to me. And even last week there, I'm down around clients of ours, and I go to Beltades. The good part of the staff know me over there, and they just look at me and they just put their two hands in the air. Parade, where's the parade? So the momentum's there, you know. It's there already, you know. So we just have to keep the wheels turning on it. It was just too bad last year with the circumstances that we were forced to cancel it. Now, last year I was pretty proud of Apollo Steel because they put a float right in front of the Chamber of Commerce, and I thought that was awesome. You know,
Yeah.
They just wanted they wanted to keep it alive. You know, and I noticed there the lot of the stores this year, they've decorated their shop fronts. They got the shower
Store windows.
up,
Yeah.
you know, which is that's to me, it's worth a pushing it. Keep pushing it, you know, because there's always tomorrow. There's always next year. Like, you know what I mean? And the future of it, like we'll have them bagpipes crossing that bridge again. I promise you. You know,
No question about it.
Yeah.
I think the momentum has not gone away. I mean, even people talking about this program, which is kind of as a virtual parade, it's a tribute to the parade. So I think the momentum is going to stick. Also, let me ask of Kelly and Owen, any questions for Jimmy?
No, just keep it up. I love the accent. You add a whole dimension to it.
That sweet Irish accent and those beautiful blue eyes. Yeah, whatever it takes, I'll use it. Like, you know, if I have that, that's my 2 cents. I'm putting it in, you know.
It's worth more than
doing this for me. I feel the responsibility. I feel a duty and a responsibility to, you know what I mean, to play a part in it, to make sure that it's kept going. Because
chose the right time for it.
Jaffrey's a hell of a town. Like, I mean, I was planning on heading to Toronto, Canada, after 15 years in New York. I wasn't going to stop, and I was going to head out and start a new chapter up in Canada, and I'm so happy that I didn't. You know, I settled in Jaffrey, New Hampshire. So I know, and I looked at the map. There's no other Jaffreys in America. There's only one Jaffrey.
With the world.
And the whole world, in fact, you know. So we just want to put this town on the map, you know.
Yep. Well, with having the second largest parade in the state, I'd say we're in a pretty good position.
Yeah. We've got an advantage on it. Like, when we're getting recognition too, you know, serious recognition. I had all these ideas go through my mind that I wanted to have WMUR come over and televise it next year. I want to see us on the real TV, you know.
Yeah.
And anything's possible if you think it and push it. You can make it happen.
Yep.
Anything's possible.
Well, as I was mentioning, WMUR even were good enough, our friends there, to mention about this virtual parade show today, which was very kind of them.
Oh, yeah. This is great. I talked to a couple of friends of mine, or relatives and friends, last night and this morning. I give them the link to get on there. I was hoping it would pop up right now, you know. So
well, they might later. We've still got an hour and a half to go. I'd love to see someone calling from the Emerald Isle. That would be lovely, but we can still hope.
Yeah.
And I'll for everyone, just again to remind people, how do you do that? Just use a Chrome browser, go to parktvstudios.com, and we'll allow you to do a shout out for St. Patrick's Day to your family, your friends, your coworkers, to everyone. So please do that. Jimmy, we can't thank you enough for the spirit you bring this parade. And we look forward to you when you're doing your wonderful, as I was looking at some footage this past week of you with your Grand Marshal strut, which down the
Got
avenue.
a hell of a strut going on. You're right there.
It's a wonder to see.
Yeah.
So we will see that on Main Street right behind us here. Hopefully a year from today, we will see you then.
If you think of good things will happen. I firmly believe in that, you know.
Those are the good, positive words to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question. All right. Well, Jimmy, thank you for being on the parade show today.
No problem.
And we will see you again. I'm sure we'll see you before we come to the parade, the 2022 parade. But all the best and all the best St. Patrick's Day to you.
Just because you don't see me doesn't mean I'm gone. I'm here. I'm a phone call away. I'm just a phone call away.
All right.
You know. All right. Hey, Steve.
And Jimmy, tell everybody the name of your painting company.
S&C Painting. That's the company name out of Jaffrey here. We've S&C Painting and Decorating down in Massachusetts also, you know.
Great.
So
if you need that, give Jimmy a call. And if you need to, call us here at the theater. We'll give you Jimmy's contact information.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. All right.
That's Jimmy.
Owen, thanks very much. It's nice to see you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
You too. Take care.
Take care.
Wonderful. So those two gentlemen that were with us, and Kelly and Owen know this very well, they were two key drivers of how the St. Patrick's Day parade originated in 2018 for Jaffrey. And Kelly has sat in on many meetings about this. So you know what those two guys meant to this.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. Well, hard work, but now entertainment.
Right.
And I am going to let Kelly intro our first entertainment guest today, who, I'll make comments as we move along, but I'm going to let Kelly do the honors of introducing our first guest on the virtual parade.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Our first guest is Nancy Baudette of the Kelly Girls, a group of 4 very talented singers and musicians from Massachusetts. One of the most acclaimed Celtic bands in New England, a tasty feast of original and traditional Celtic tunes, sweetened with vocal harmonies, seasoned with stylus instrumentation, and served up with passion and unbridled vitality. Company of Stones, it was written about my ancestors and videoed.
Well, we'll get to the song. I'm sorry. That's one.
Sorry. Okie doke.
That's one of Nancy's songs. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yes.
But let's, through the magic of the internet and all that is broadband, let's bring in Miss Nancy Baudette.
Hello,
Nancy. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's great to see you and to be here with you all.
Well, you know, the story with Nancy, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Representing the Kelly Girls. And we have tried so hard to get the Kelly Girls here. A year ago, this past week, we had a concert scheduled at the American Legion, which was going gangbusters until we all had to make that sad decision together that it just we had to shut things down as everyone did.
It's the anniversary weekend, eh?
I know. It's very sad, but
it's been quite a year.
What's that?
It's been quite a year since all that happened.
Yes, a lot of water under the bridge.
Yeah, definitely.
But the one thing that I have promised Nancy and the Kelly girls is, as I did before we even got them, we weren't open last year. We were hoping to be open this past summer. But the moment that we are open, and I'm hoping it is sometime in the next several months before the end of this year, when it's safe, that we will have the Kelly girls on the William David Epps, our main stage here, because you have to hear them, and you're going to get a taste of them, as well as of Nancy herself today. But Nancy, tell us a little bit about how it's been. You know, I mean, we've talked to many performers. How has it been over the past year for you and for the Kelly girls?
Well, it's quiet, to be honest about it. So we lost all of our March gigs last year. Well, actually, we did get to play one the week before the shutdown. And then I'm also a solo performer, so I lost my entire tour for the year, and have just been kind of hibernating since then. The other Kelly girls also tend to their elderly parents, and so we've been extremely cautious about COVID and keeping ourselves isolated and protected, because we could not at all, any of us, risk bringing that into our homes for fear that our elderly parents would, somehow contract that. So we've all been successful in keeping it at bay, but it has been a challenge. It's been a challenge.
Yeah. No, I
say that. I think everybody kind of gets that it's been a tough year to be an artist, or performing artist, because but it's been good. I'm also a full-time now. That's all I'm doing is teaching online. So I'm a certified creativity and life coach, plus a private music teacher, and teach a variety of different instruments. Maybe you can see some on my wall here.
We all do, yes.
Yeah, so I used to do predominantly in-home lessons, and now it's all over the internet, which has a lot of positives to it, except for that darn lag time, that's that fraction of a second.
I was saying that at the top of the show, that it's tough with performers. I mean, people are knowing their broadband speeds, things they didn't think about too much, but over the past year, they think about them a lot, and right. We certainly have done over the past year a lot of online musical performances, but if it's pre-recorded, it just turns out to be a little bit sharper.
Yes, exactly.
I should say guaranteed a little bit sharper.
Yeah, exactly.
And luckily, Nancy has brought along two performances today. The first one is with the Kelly girls, and if you could, I'll let you, Nancy, introduce it.
So this is the live one, Steve?
Yes, it is.
This was captured by a friend of ours, Bob, at our St. Patrick's Day show in 2019 that happened at the Bull Run restaurant in Shirley, Massachusetts. So he captured this and just recently shared it with me. So I didn't know it existed until really 5 days ago. So I'm sharing it with you. This will be, the song is the Jolly Roving Tar, which is kind of a traditional tune, but the arrangement that we're using is similar to that of of Great Big Sea, the Newfoundland Celtic band. So so Jolly Roving Tar, live at the Bull Run, and now. almost live on Parkland TV.
Here we go.
Hey folks, how you doing?
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hey, have a great time. Oh, okay, hold your enthusiasm down. Well, if you're not, we'll see to it. We are the Kelly Girls. If you're
Ready? Yeah. We've been ready all year. 3, 4.
Wow. Bravo, bravo.
It almost makes me homesick, kind of like I just so miss playing with the girls. Yeah, it's I can't wait till we can all pick up our instruments in the same room again and on the same stage. It'll be so exciting.
I know. And you did, as you were talking about the sync of all that, you did do at least one or two, as I recall, you helped us with. You did them remotely and tried to sync them together, right?
Correct. Yeah, we used pre-recorded something from our CD, and our CD, by the way.
Very good, very good. Which also reminds me, before I forget, you want to know about the Kelly Girls? That's where you go.
Yeah, the kellygirls.com.
Kellygirls.com for purchasing that lovely CD, for finding out all that you need to know about the Kelly Girls. And yes, maybe you would like to book them for your event. That's where you go, the kellygirls.com.
Yeah, back in we're not going to book anything this year, unfortunately. We're just because as I mentioned, the other girls are taking care of elderly parents and such, and so we're not prepared to book anything till 22 at this point. Boy, we're going to have to practice really hard when we get back together, though.
I think you and many other performers, when they finally group up again.
Yeah, got to get our back.
Before we go to our next performance on film, I just want to know again, Kelly or Owen, any questions for Nancy?
No, you didn't see me dancing, did you?
Yeah. What a wonderful performance.
Oh, thank you. We have such fun when we're together. Honestly, we laugh so much. We might sip a little wine or a little Guinness, and we make music. It's like we joke, but we say it's the perfect midlife crisis band. But we have so much fun together, and of course, the music is what draws us to each other. We're quite supportive of one another and what we go through in life as well. So it's nice to have the companionship of the other girls. But the music and the laughter and just having fun is our number one priority. We don't mind hitting a wrong note now and again because it just adds to the joy and to the immediacy of a performance. It's just like, let's have fun, and we bring the audience in on all of that fun. And I think that's why it works so well.
Well, contrary to that, we're going to show a Nancy music video. And so what's really interesting, and I'll let Nancy describe, is where this was filmed. So I will let you take over to do the introduction to your performance, Nancy, in the next video. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I got a little ahead of myself there. All right, Nancy, go right ahead.
Okay, so the song is called The Company of Stones, which is written about my ancestors, and I think really predominantly about how that, the DNA gets transferred from one generation to the next, and we carry those stories in our cells, and they flow through our veins. So Chris and I were in Ireland on a vacation, and we came, across what looked like a castle at the time, and it ended up being Ross Early Priory. And so we went in, and no one was there, and we thought, oh, we should shoot a music video for Company of Stones. We just had a camera and an iPhone, and the place was empty. So we got it all set up to do. And then right in the middle of it all, a tour bus arrives, and the tour bus is full of, Asian tourists. And of course they wondered, what the heck are these two people doing? And so they just, tried to gather around. Anyway, we had to put it off for a little bit, wait for that tour to finish before.
You didn't include them in the music video?
Well, we could have, and it was a farm field surrounding it, so we actually entertained the cows for a little bit too, which was really fun. They loved the music, the cows. I mean, they just were drawn to it. It was so much fun. Anyway, we had a ball doing this. We got a bunch of different takes and footage, and then I compiled it when we got back home. So anyway, this is Company of Stones, and I hope you enjoy. Oh, and you can find that also on one of my own CDs, Nancy Beaudette, South Branch Road, which you can get at nancybeaudette.com.
There you go. Here we go.
In fields of yellow and gray, the wind is cold today. Leaves are falling, they scatter and blow on a trail of restless souls. High up above, in the brow of the trees, calling their stories of home. Here at the gathering, me and the crows in the company of stones. 1,000 moments, 1,000 held by these chapters of time. Oh, and I, in the shadow of what remains of these ancestors of mine. Marking the graves, the dates and the names, a generation looms. Memories tattered, dispersed among heirs, holding them in their care. 1,000 moments, 1,000 dawns, held by these chapters of time. Oh, and I, in the shadow of what remains of these ancestors of by ancient mystery, crows understand and join in the lament of whispering lovers left on their own in the company of stars. 1,000 moments, 1,000 dawns, held by these chapters of time. Oh, and I, in the shadow of what remains of these ancestors of mine. Oh, 1,000 moments, 1,000 dawns, held by these chapters of time. Oh, and I, in the shadow of what remains of these ancestors of
Once again, bravo. And
Very much.
it seemed perfect from the location for you to actually film that in black and white and convert it to black and white.
Yeah, it really, I didn't know that again till I looked at the footage afterwards. But yeah, just the whole vibe of the song and that black and white, just, yeah, I thought that was.
Yeah, perfect touch to it. Beautiful, beautiful performance.
Thank you so much.
Well, Nancy, I can't thank you enough for being on the virtual St. Patrick's Day parade today. And
I know that Aisling and Melinda and Chris would also have loved to have been here. It's just, kind of virtually difficult to do all that with circumstances that are going on in our lives at this time. But we sure appreciate being represented as the Kelly girls here. And thank you so very much for including us.
Could not have, you complimented the show in a huge way, and you've been so kind to us in the past year in terms of doing some very special, providing us with special videos that we've used on our Monadnock Tonight show, and you were a part of the New Year's Eve show, and so you've been a great supporters of the Park Theater and of Jaffrey. So,
and we'll get there live when
we know it's going to happen, and and you'll be right here on our stage here in beautiful Jaffrey. So again, Sláinte, and have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day parade, and thank you, and thank the Kelly girls.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Thank you, Nancy.
Wow. Well, that is that does. I mean, I tell you, I cannot wait till we get those folks on our stage. I think it's going to be an electric evening of entertainment. So, just I'm hoping that we'll be able to, if it's late enough in the year, we're going to be able to just book them anyway and get a date down that we feel. If it's late enough in the year that we think, no matter what, we're going to get them on the stage so we can keep our fingers crossed. One thing that I forgot to do when our good friend Kevin Hamsey was on, I forgot to put up a slide because we have another Grand Marshal, and I forgot to give accolades and props, as they say, to the special person. And let me bring the special person in a slide form to all of our audience. And there he is. That's Whitey. Kelly knows Whitey well, and I think Facebook fans of friends of Kevin Hamsey, they know Whitey quite well. But Whitey is the official Pets Grand Marshal, and Whitey always dresses up every single St. Patrick's Day. So a big shout out to Whitey, and who's holding the fort down over at the offices of Hamsey and Grenier. Thank you, Whitey. So what's up next? And again, stay tuned because we will be having, we have a series of guests, but in just a little bit, we're going to have NH Scott, and the executive director, Terry Wiltsey, is with us. A couple of things before that, though. Just to give you a taste of parades, we thought we'd go back in the Wayback Machine. It's not our parade, but certainly Parade of Parades is New York. And here's a small clip from a newsreel of the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City back in 1960. Let's take a look.
The skies are weeping in old New York, but wouldn't you know the Irish would be there anyhow? Marching they are this St. Patrick's holiday, for 'tis a grand day, and 100,000 marchers are out to show the sunshine glows in your heart, me laddies. At St. Patrick's Cathedral, the Cardinal, he is there. And you can see the Irish, proud as can be, making Fifth Avenue into a lane of their very own. And so 'tis how they enjoy their own special holiday. And faith, even the rain runs green, so they tell us. And officials and spectators alike all agree that when Irish eyes are smiling, all is bright in Ireland, USA.
Yes, and I know I'm originally from New York City, so I have fond memories, and God knows I would have been very young, but I could have been at that parade, and the pretty good chance my parents took me, even at a tender young age. And we have another clip from another parade that is from across the pond, as they say, and we're going to have some clips of our own parade as well. But in terms of talking about New York parade and parades in the United States, I am going to now turn things over to Mr. Owen Houghton, because Owen has got a few great pieces of trivia concerning St. Patrick's Day Parade. He has delved deep into the organisms of Google and elsewhere to find us gems that we can put into our pockets and take with us at least for the next 12 hours or so as we finish this day, and hopefully hold on to them for the future St. Patrick's Day parades. Owen, let us know what you have found in terms of trivia that people can share with others.
Well, Steve, I've found more than you want to hear. probably. There's so much trivia about St. Pat's parades and days and traditions that if you Google it, you can stay on the computer for an hour or more. It's important that we chose the parade from New York because little known is the first ever St. Patrick's Day parade was in 1762, before our founding, and it didn't take place in Ireland, as you might have thought. It took place in the United States. And it took place in New York City. Now, there were other celebrations in this country going way back to 1600 in St. Augustine in Florida. That was, according to Wikipedia, the first celebration, St. Pat's Day. I happened to have been in Chicago one year at a conference, and I saw the Chicago River running green. All kinds of people lined up just like there was a parade, watching this green, emerald green river go down. And I found out how that all came about, because the workmen who were plumbers wore white coveralls, and they had to work down there to see if there was any leaks or pollution in the water. And they got the dye on their uniforms, and that's where the idea came from, they say, for the Green River every year since 1962. St. Patrick's Day was originally meant to celebrate a religious holiday of St. Pat's introducing Christianity to Ireland. And because of that, unfortunately, perhaps for some, it was a dry event up until 1970. Everyone knows about the lure of leprechauns, and you associate this with corned beef and cabbage, but it's not an authentic Irish meal. It came from our Irish American immigrants. I think that our parade being canceled out of COVID, like so many things, it's interesting to note that there were 250 years that that parade was held without a cancellation until 2020. The fact that it's no longer dry gives me an opportunity to at least say, when the show is over, I'm going to cheer you all the Baileys.
Oh, and the show doesn't have to be over for you to begin that celebration.
Okay. I've got thousands more, but I think that's enough. You're
All
running.
right. Well, Owen is going to come back to us momentarily because he's going to introduce our next guest. But one thing I was being reminded by Mr. Kevin Hamsey is he wanted us to make sure that everybody knows that Cole's Garden Center and Florist here in Jaffrey are doing St. Patrick's Day ribbons and carnations and arrangements, as well as daffodils, flowers and gifts here in Jaffrey. They're doing carnation arrangements, St. Patrick's Day gifts. So before they close this afternoon, if you want to bring something nice home for this evening to celebrate St. Patrick's Day evening, wander over to Cole's Garden Center or to Daffodils, Flowers, and Gifts. Now I'm going to switch it back to Owen, because Owen has got a special guest to introduce. And this guest represents an organization that's not Irish, but they feel Irish in some ways. But Owen, I'll go back to you, and I'll let you do the introduction.
It's a real pleasure because I'm a Scot. And our next guest is Terry Wiltsey, the executive director of New Hampshire Scott. This New Hampshire Highland Games and Festival brings the Pipe and Drums Marching Band out, and they have been a participant in our Jaffrey St. Patrick's Parade. So we're really happy to have her back with us. Hi, Terry.
Hi there. It's good to be here. And yes, we're not Irish, but that's okay. We're all Celtic brethren.
You're close enough.
Correct.
Well, it's great to have you here, Terry. I think what everyone would love to know is if they don't know about NH Scott and the Highland Games and Festival, and as well as what we know them here in Jaffrey quite well because they've been here, the Pipes and Drums. If you can give everyone a sketch of the background of NH Scott and when they started and what you folks do.
Sure. So NH Scott started as a Murray clan picnic at Loon Mountain in 1975. And if you can believe this, you picture a picnic, you don't usually picture having a pipe band, but they did. And everyone had so much fun. They said, what can we do? We need to do this again. So it really grew from this Murray clan picnic to being this 35,000 attendees event that we usually host, not in 2020. And it will be much smaller in 2021, but we're very proud of it, and we're proud of our history.
Well, and the Pipes and Drums, who I believe are with us in our first and second. I think they were here both years in 18 and 19.
I think they were just here in 19.
Just here in 19, okay.
Mm-hmm. And we were supposed to be there last year.
That's why they were scheduled for last year. Well, tell us a little bit about the Pipes and Drum division of NH Scott. And did that also begin the same year of 75 or was it later?
No, that's pretty new. As a matter of fact, when we were in your parade in 2019, that was our band's debut. So it was pretty exciting for us. As an organization, we had talked about having a Pipes and Drums band for a long time, and people, kept contacting us, wanting us to start one. And we worked with Gibson Bagpipes to get this going, came up with some really wonderful band leadership, and then started recruiting players. We, I think, are different than many other Pipes and Drums band. We're not focusing on competitions. We really want to educate and grow the pipers and drummers from New England just as a band industry, because there aren't enough players anymore. At one time, there were 19 pipe bands in Manchester, generally associated, one with each of the mills that were there. So there's an interesting history of Pipes and Drums in New Hampshire. So our band, we do what we call try-it. So generally, if they're in a parade, it's kind of hard for your parade because March is so cold, generally speaking, in New Hampshire. But, when we do the Londonderry Parade in August, after the parade, the band meets with people and they actually teach them some notes on the drums or also all the snare drum. I'm not a drummer, so I can't think what they're called, but when they twirl that's a Scottish thing. That's another,
right.
There's the snare drum, bass drum. I don't know why I can't think of that one, but anyways, you can actually take a quick 45-minute or 30 to 40-minute class with our band members to learn how to do this. We offer lessons for free. The band has lessons for free. They have been meeting, and they've actually had new drummers start to take lessons during their Monday night meetings. Bagpipes are a little harder to start via Zoom classes, so we haven't added any new piping people. But generally, when they are meeting in person, everybody is welcome, and we have new player lessons starting at 6 p.m. and then the actual band meets at 7. So I think it meets our mission, and I think it's a great thing that we offer. We also work with a Kearsarge school. Before school shut down, we had an after-school program to teach kids how to pipe and drum.
And tell me, what's the age range approximately of members of the Pipes and Drums?
We have a very young 9-year-old girl, and I'm going to hazard to guess how old the oldest person is. But it's
a wide range.
Yes, and I think they encourage each other, and because our goal is not to be the best pipe band, our goal is to grow musicians. I think people feel comfortable coming because because we're not focusing on that. They can just come and have fun and enjoy the instrument that they play.
Well, I think that, I mean, I tell you, they were so good when they were here for us. But we can give everyone a little flavor of that because Terry's brought along some footage of the band playing of pipes and drums. So any setup we need for this, Terry?
This is a quick film of the band just practicing while they were marching down the hill it wasn't actually at the games, but it's at Loon.
All right, here we go.
Ready, run right, quick, run.
Wow. That was exciting. And that certainly gets you in the mood. Even though the origins may be Scottish, that feels like a St. Patrick's Day parade.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful, and it's majestic. And I have to say, the mountains in the background, and it was such a beautiful day. That's an incredible piece of footage to have as the background to that amazing sound.
We do like to say that the Highland Games, which are held at Loon, are held in the Highlands of New Hampshire. So people, I do think that that's part of the charm of our event for Scottish people who come, that it does feel more like Scotland than Concord would, for instance.
Yeah. Well, Terry, I can't thank you enough for coming to the Jaffrey St. Patrick's Day virtual parade today. And we're so glad you are here. And we ask you to send good tidings back to everyone at NH Scott. And we look forward to having you at our real in the flesh parade next year.
Won't that be wonderful for everybody?
For everyone.
Very much looking forward to it. And what a pretty day it is.
I know. I know. We couldn't have had a better.
Next year too, knock on wood.
Absolutely. Either way, no matter what it is, you can be sure everyone's going to be out. If it's raining, snowing, it's not going to matter.
I think that's
people are going to want to be out for the St. Patrick's Day parade, and certainly ours here in Jaffrey. Well, again, all the best, Terry. Thanks to everyone there.
Thank you, Terry.
Go to nhscott.org, everybody, and find out more about what's going on with the Highland Games as well. All right. Bye-bye, Terry.
Thank you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You bet.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
Wow. Well, all good stuff. And that certainly, that is the sound that gets you into the St. Patrick's Day mode. So to get us a little bit more into that mode, we're again going into the film clip libraries of newsreels. And I thought, why not, even though, as Owen told us, St. Patrick's Day parades did not originate in Dublin or Ireland. And I think it wasn't until 1903 that they had their first one in Ireland. It wasn't in Dublin, it was in Waterford. But here is a clip from the 1952 St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin, Ireland. So let's take a peek.
It's St. Patrick's Day, and with men of the old IRA leading, the longest parade Dublin's ever seen passes through the streets. It's a mile-long pageant of Irish culture and industry. Now it goes along both sides of O'Connell Street. 75,000 people have turned out to see the show, the biggest ever put on in Dublin. There are 260 vehicles representing 115 exhibits. The brilliant and gaily coloured floats represent almost every aspect of Irish life. The scope and development of Ireland's industry must be a big surprise to thousands watching. For the kiddies, the pipes are always a big thrill. Of course, there were other celebrations with which milk had nothing to do, but Dubliners will long remember the big parade.
Well, it's always good to see a Guinness float followed by a milk float. So Well, it is time for us to bring in Kit with her update on our 50-50 raffle, which I hope people are participating in. And Kit will tell us the real story behind the story. Hello, Kit.
Hi everyone. That was wonderful to see the old footage of the parades.
Yeah, no, it's those little faces.
Yeah, yeah.
They look
And you
great.
know, my maiden name is Murphy, right?
There you go. Kit,
so
what's the latest and greatest?
The latest is up $50. We're $7.50 now.
All right. Well, folks, there's still a chance. In about 20 minutes or so, we're going to be pulling the winner. Again, two ways. If you're on Facebook, just scroll down and you can get yourself a raffle ticket for $10. Or you can use your smartphone and scan this QR code. It will take you right to Square where you can buy your tickets. Or you can type out this long Square address, which is the-park-theater.square.site. And if you can remember that, God bless you. But that's where you can go and pick up a ticket. Well, hopefully we're going to be over $800 before we end, and that will be $400 to someone out in the World Wide Web that is watching with us.
I'm sure of it.
And Kit is doing all things raffle.
Yeah.
He is keeping log of everyone who's buying. She is assigning. Where are the tickets that you assign, Kit?
Where are they? They're right here.
They kind of look like a raffle ticket, and they're all assigned to all the orders.
Information.
So I guess could they call for an order?
Don't see why not.
Where would
they could call me directly?
Yeah, your cell
is 603-831-2060. That might be easier for a lot of people. Just call, tell me your name. I'll get some information, and we'll set you up.
Why don't you repeat that one more time?
603-831-2060. It's Kit, K-I-T, and I can take your raffle ticket money. What am I saying?
Your raffle ticket money.
Yeah.
All right, Kit. Well, we'll be checking up with you in a little while. And again, about just before 2:00, we will be drawing that final. So you have time left, but it's ticking down. So please, if you can, help the Park Theater and purchase a raffle ticket. Thanks, Kit. We'll see you a little bit later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now, our next performance guest is going to be introduced by Kelly. Kelly, go. I'm going to let you go right ahead and let you do that.
Okay, sounds good. It's my pleasure to introduce our next guest, who is Sarah Bond. Born and raised in the Monadnock region of New Hampshire, Sarah picked up the tin whistle at the age of 10. Within 2 years, she was performing at contra dances with Dudley Lothman's Canterbury Country Dance Orchestra. In addition to Lothman, who is credited with a contra dance revival in Southwest New Hampshire, Sarah was influenced by her godfather, Newt Tolman, a flute player and writer, and by Bob McQuillan, a musician and composer who in 2002 was named a National Heritage Fellow. Sarah has released 5 solo albums, including her own label, Whistler's Music, the 1991 Chasing of the New Moon, the 1999 Broad Waters, the 2007 Lathrop's Waltz, and the 2017 Elmwood Station. The Untamed Glasses came out in 1993 on the Azkazar label and was released on Allure Records in 2008. In the 10-year gap between Lathrop's Waltz and Elmwood Station, Sarah revived her father's book publishing company, Bond Publishing. A New England independent press produces up to a dozen books a year with New England connections. She now divides her time between publishing books and creating music. And without further ado, here is Sarah Bond.
Here we go. Wow. Sadly, Sarah could not be with us even on a live feed today, but a huge thanks to Sarah and for her performance, as well as all the other musicians there. Beautiful sound.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's, it's, again, none of the communities, practically anywhere I haven't heard of our town, it had to be canceled because we couldn't do a real parade. And so the best that we're trying to do today to everyone is to give you a little bit of a sense of a parade, a sense of the music, a sense of the performers, to look back on great parades. And so I hope folks are enjoying that. And again, we've got another organization coming up, the Flying Irish will be up soon. We have a few more things to do. And before we get to that, and one thing, even though we can't put a parade on the street, there at least, thank God, that the restaurants locally, for the most part, are open. And quite a few of them, as we did a little bit of research, and Kelly is going to give you the information. If you want to head out to a restaurant in our area later this afternoon, right after this show, for some of them that are open, and certainly this evening, there are some that are open that you can dine in, and I think almost all of them have the dine out option that people have been the take home that people have been certainly availing themselves of over the past year. But I'm going to switch this over to Kelly, and she's going to give us a rundown of all of the restaurants and what they have to offer and what some of the specials are. What do we know, Kelly?
Right. Wow, we have quite a list here. So, we're really, I'm very fortunate to have so many businesses that support us in this area. And I think it's important that we reach out and support them in these tough times. And they are really doing it up right for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to go right down the list that I have. So the first on my list, near and dear to my heart, Cafe 532, right here in Jaffrey. They have some St. Pat's specials. They have great local beers. They have Irish cold cannon wontons, bangers and cold cannon mash, corned beef and cabbage, Guinness stew, Irish potato bread, Guinness cupcakes with Bailey's buttercream frosting. And I'm sure they have all their regular menu items as well. You can call for reservations because seating is limited due to COVID. Their phone number is 532-7777. That's area code 603. And of course, they do takeout as well. And right here in Jaffrey, we also have the Country Cafe, which is in the right in the plaza. And today they have corned beef and cabbage, the Ultimate Reuben, bangers and mash. They are open until 8 p.m. tonight, and they do have a beer and wine license now. So if you want to have a little Irish celebration, they can hook you up. And I have Beth-Ann has a little note here. Try our leprechaun shake. So the Country Cafe in Jaffrey, 603-532-6885. And also here in Jaffrey, we have the Shattuck, up at the Shattuck, the Dublin Road Tap Room for St. Patty's Day. They have their Irish lamb stew. They have a classic Reuben, corned beef and cabbage, car bomb mousse. I'm not sure what that is, but I would love to learn more about that. And tonight they actually have live music from 6 to 9 p.m. So that sounds wonderful. Give them a call if you'd like. 603-532-4856. Sunflowers Cafe, another wonderful little cafe here in town. They are not open today, but they're going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day later on into this week. They're going to be celebrating Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with their St. Patrick's specials. They have an Irish beef stew, a Bailey's chocolate cake, which sounds wonderful, and then lots of other regular menu items that are always phenomenal. Give them a call, 603-593-3303. And again, that's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Sunflowers. In Rindge, Emma's 321 Pub and Kitchen has a St. Patty's Day corned beef with vegetable, and also will be serving their Finnegan's rum punch all day. $8, probably some green beer also. So it sounds like a good time over there at Emma's. Give them a call, 603-899-3322. And then the Woodbound Inn, our chef is feeling a wee bit Irish. Join us on St. Patrick's Day from some Irish dinner specials from Wednesday 4 to 8. And they have given us their menu here. They have some wonderful things on here. Loaded Irish tots, Reuben sandwich, Jameson glazed salmon steak, Guinness braised beef, New England corned beef and cabbage, and all of their usual menu items as well. The Hometown Diner also has a traditional corned beef and cabbage dinner. Woodbound is 603-532-9505, and the Hometown Diner in Rindge is 603-899-3200. And so that sounds wonderful. So the list goes on. In Peterborough, Carlo's Pub also has corned beef tonight. Reservations are available from 4 o'clock on, plus they have takeout. Give them a call, 603-924-6365. Cooper's Hill Public House. Their reservations are full for St. Patrick's Day. They have no walk-ins, so good for them. Good job, guys. However, they do have the regular dinner menu available for takeout. If you'd like to give them a call, it's 603-371-9036. And again, that's Cooper's Public House in Peterborough. Hancock, at the Hancock Inn and Fox Tavern, they have a 3-course prefix menu, $45 per person. It has an Irish pub salad, potato and leek soup, parsley and parsnips stuffed mushrooms. They have a traditional corned beef dinner, and pan-roasted salmon, colcannon, pea shoots, and lemon dill sauce. They have a vegetable Irish stew, and they have dessert and barmbrack. Don't know what that is. It says Irish tea loaf, sweet butter, and choice of coffee or tea. And you can give them a call at 603-525-3318. And in nearby New Ipswich, we have the Turnpike Crossing restaurant. They have shepherd's pie, a corned beef Reuben, and a New York sirloin tip sandwich. So give them a call. It's 603-291-0862. And then not too far away, Ashburnham, Mass. There's the Tavern on Central. From 1:30 to 8 p.m. today, they have St. Patty's Day dinner with corned beef and cabbage and green beer. Dine in or take out. Give them a call at 978-827-1272. So quite a list. So again, support our local restaurants, and sounds like they've got some great St. Patrick's Day plans for us.
I will just say that I don't know what menu there sounds better than the other. They all sound
right.
Great. And glad that they're open today. Yeah, well, Owen, there you go. So yeah, have a bite of the Irish today and enjoy that. Thank you, Kelly.
Okay.
One way to celebrate and do our virtual parade is to show some clips from our own parades. And so we have 2 clips that we wanted to show you to remind everyone of what the parade was like. We have one clip from 2018, which is about 2.5 minutes or so, and then a quick clip which includes Owen interviewing a guest on the street, on Main Street as the parade was going by. So let's take a look at the Jaffrey Parade 2018 that went by us right behind us here. Well, there's a memory lane. That's 2018, the first one ever. I also, in between, this is quite a collector's item because this is our VIP tag to last year's canceled March 15, 2020 parade credentials. But that brings back a lot of memories. And here is a quick clip from our second parade with Owen and some special guests. So here we go.
Concert band is comprised of dedicated musicians who attend Conant High School, serving the communities of Jaffrey and Ringe. The band is in its 5th year under the direction of Carrie Smith. Hi, Carrie. They put on 4 concerts each year, as well as performing in community parades. Band. Folks, thanks for watching and share it on Facebook. Here is Mr. Hampsey. There's the Apollo Steel. We'd like to do an interview with the Honorable Bernie Hampsey. Welcome to the great parade. You're talking to a live audience at home.
And I better be careful what I say. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. We're having the grandest parade of our 2nd year. It'll be better every year. We have 4 bands, 3 floats, a partridge, and no pear tree.
Kevin, come here.
Kevin, hey Kevin.
And here is the son of the judge.
Right, the guy who organized it.
Say hi to our home audience.
This is how we do it in Jaffrey on St. Patrick's Day.
You
got that right.
All right. Well done. Because we have live streaming audience, probably double the number that we had before.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good. Awesome.
Definitely.
The band was like, the parade's like maxed out. I mean, they were going to almost divert us, but it's great. Wait till you hear the.
How about that, Owen? Owen.
Kevin needs some more enthusiasm, doesn't he?
I know he just doesn't have enough, but he keeps, as I said before, he keeps the pilot light on this thing going at maximum. But that's why it's a fun event, and it will be a fun event again next year. One thing that we've done over the past 3 years here at the theater is, and when we could, we did them at our old theater, River Street Theater on River Street. We would show a film in honor of St. Patrick's Day. We are doing that virtually, and it's a free film. And I think I'm going to let the trailer for this film talk about it. It's for itself, speak for itself, but it is called The Van, and it was from 1997, made in Ireland, starring Colm Meaney, and it'll be self-explanatory if you're a fan of some of the films that these filmmakers have made as kind of a trilogy. It's a very funny comedy. It's playing at Parks Pix Flicks starting today. You can go to theparktheater.org and hit Park Pix Flicks in the upper right corner of the homepage, or there are posts on Facebook as well. You can just click there. But here is the trailer for The Van.
With the Commitments, they made you dance.
Remember, it's not just the way you sing, it's the way you move your sex machines.
With the Snapper, they made you wonder.
7 pounds, 12 ounces. Huh? Is that a turkey or a baby? It's a baby.
Now, writer Roddy Doyle and director Stephen Frears bring you the 3rd installment of the Berrytown trilogy.
I love Ireland.
A comedy about 2 old friends.
Good man, lovely. Jake.
Who join forces.
What colour is it supposed to be anyway? White. How did it get grease on the outside?
To start a new career.
How did he make these?
But find the road to riches.
Let's get a bit of light in here.
Can be a little bumpy.
What's your problem? It's your problem. It's not fish. What is it? It's white. Jeez. It's a nappy. Is it a used one? No. Ah, well, that's all right then, huh?
Fox Searchlight Pictures presents
This is the business.
Colm Meaney
Oh, jeez! I'm just cinch me hair again.
in a story about friendship
Oh!
and the joys of owning your own business.
There are enough breaches of the food hygiene regulations in here to land you a hefty fine.
It's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
The Van, featuring music performed by Eric Clapton.
Oh, jeez! No problem.
Good night, John Boy.
So you may not know it, but it's a great, funny film, and it's a perfect complement to St. Patrick's Day. And again, just go to theparktheater.org and hit Park Picks Flicks, and it's there with all our other films. We're doing the women's series of Spotlight on Women Filmmakers and Pioneers, but you'll see it's right up there in the first position, The Van, and it is free, so enjoy it. I'm going to quickly bring in Kit. This is going to be the last pitch that we're doing for folks to be a part of the 50-50. Kit, we're coming up on the hour here. We're running a little late, but just wanted to see how we're doing and if we can get people to buy a few more raffle tickets.
Well, we've gotten to $810.
All right, there you go.
We got another $60. Well, since the last time we talked, so we can take more, always more. And we look forward to doing that. Are we going to pull right now?
No, we'll be right after we talk to the wonderful folks at the Flying Irish Dancers. We'll be back and we'll do the final. So we're getting close, folks. There are only a few minutes left. But right after our interview with the Flying Irish, we will pull the winner. So you've still got a little bit of bonus extra time here. So buy a ticket, a 50-50 raffle ticket, benefit the theater. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kit. And we will see you for the final drawing of the single winner in a few minutes.
See you then.
All righty. Okay. And now, let me see if I'm up to everything right on our schedule of what's going on. And yes, now our next performing guests have been with the parade. We did not show a clip of them in the 19 parade, but they are the Flying Irish Dancers. And they have been doing incredible performances and training, and they're based out of Ashby, Mass. And it's been around since 1997, same year as, I believe, as the Van movie. But the dancers, they learn traditional and modern Irish dance movements and routines, the history of Irish dance. And so they also get a chance to learn some Gaelic, and we'll hear more about that. But the executive director of the Flying Irish Dancers is with us, and her name is Mary Sarah O'Hanlon, and we are bringing Mary in right now. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Good. Thank you for being with us. And, I'd love for you to we have some video that Mary Sarah's brought along for us. But if you could give us a little in terms of your history, history of their organization, your history with the organization, and your role in the organization, I'll let you kind of do the setup for us.
I grew up doing Irish dance. I first saw it in a parade, coincidentally, when I was 7. And I said, gee, I want to do that. So my parents put me in Irish dance. I was a competitive Irish dancer through college. And then I became a certified Irish dance teacher. I think 7 or 8 years ago, some friends and I founded the only Irish dance organization that's based in North America. A lot of people don't realize this, but there are over 13 different Irish dance organizations in Ireland alone, and worldwide, there's at least 20 different Irish dance organizations. We're the only ones based in the United States. We run competitions, and in my school, I do competitions and shows. As you mentioned, we've been around since 1997, and my daughter is working towards getting her teaching certification right now. So she teaches with me as well. So it's a family affair here.
Wonderful. And I assume that, as you say, you were introduced to it through a parade, and that Jaffrey is not the only parade that you guys have been in.
We did the Brookline Parade. That was the celebration for their 150th or 200th? That was a couple of years ago, that huge Brookline, New Hampshire parade. We used to do the Manchester, New Hampshire parade years ago. That was very cold. That's what all my parents and kids were saying. Yeah, it's a bit tough. So we're much happier with Jaffrey. It's local, it's close. We see a lot of people and friendly faces that we actually know. So that we love the Jaffrey parade, and we're really looking forward to being back at the parade next year.
Great. Well, we are looking forward to that. But in between, you've recently have produced some videos, and the first one that I have and is slip jig. Is there anything slip plus jig? Is there anything to mention about that before I put it up?
Sure. The slip jig is actually the only music that is completely unique to Ireland. You'll find jigs and reels in Scotland and Brittany and other places. Slip jigs are an Irish tune. They're in 9/8 time, so they can be tricky for the dancers to learn. And my favorite fact about the slip jig is when I was a little girl doing Irish dance, girls did everything that guys did. So I found that watching other dance forms, sometimes you feel like the women's role is not as strong as what the men do. But in Irish, the girls do everything that the guys do. And then they had one extra dance, and that was the slip jig. It was the most balletic, highest on your toes, except for these days, now boys are doing the slip jig. So it really is an equal opportunity dance form for everybody.
All right, let's watch it. Wonderful. And the next video is called Dulaman.
Yes, that's a traditional Irish song. It's a courting song, and the story is that it's set in a village by the ocean, and the families are harvesting seaweed. And there's a young girl, and she's hoping to meet her man, and she's talking to her mom about her hopes and dreams. In this dance, we use arm movements, which you don't typically see in Irish dance. So this is a show routine, not a competitive routine. And I have the dancers using their arms to mimic some of the movements you might see if someone were harvesting seaweed. You can see them laying it out, reaching across, holding it up in the air to dry it, because it was such an important crop for people.
Wonderful. Here we go. Dulamon. Great. Do you design, the costumes are really pretty extraordinary.
Thank you. Actually, I'm kind of glad you asked about that. The designs, the Celtic knotwork designs you see on the dresses, it's on the jacket I'm wearing and on the skirts, is something that was actually designed by a mom in my school. She used to take lessons, and she's an artist, and her two daughters were taking lessons. She designed the costumes, and inside each of the knotwork pieces, there's a heart because she loved her daughters. We've been using this design since she did it for us. And what's really exciting right now is her older daughter is back dancing again. So she's in part of my adult class. We have classes for children aged 4 through adults, and I'm thrilled to have her back too.
Wonderful and beautiful. Our final video is called Warrior.
So in ancient Ireland, medieval times or earlier, women were treated as equally as men. It was called the Bergeron laws, the Irish laws, and women could own property, which was actually pretty unique in Europe in those times. And they were expected to learn to fight, to defend their land. So if an invader came, the women were out there fighting with the men. This is part of just the great tradition of Ireland and Irish women. So this dance just pays the dance form, shows you the dance form of if you were going to fight, and it pays homage to ancient Irish women.
Wow. Beautiful. And send our applause to all those wonderful ladies. I mean, they're so talented, and I can only imagine the amount of work that has to go into train to be able to learn those steps.
Thank you. They do work hard, and I'm very proud of them.
Now, if someone has a child, a grandchild, that they may be interested in having them learn some of these wonderful Irish and Gaelic dancing routines, moves, just the whole movement. I see in your name, Mary Sarah, you've got up dance@flyingirish.com. Is that the best to reach you?
They can reach me by email at dance@flyingirish.com, but if they go online to www.flyingirish.com, our full schedule is up there. We're starting a new children's class on April 1st, and in the end of April, we'll be doing an adult mini session, and we have an ongoing class for our littlest dancers. So they can check it out. All our information is up there, pricing, what they need, and they can also send an email if they'd like.
Great, great. Well, I thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's not as good as in person, but
next year.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good, and it gives us certainly a taste of a virtual parade experience. Having you bring that to us, and to give us, the positive thing about doing this broadcast this way is that no one ever learns much about the background of the performers in a parade if there isn't a television broadcast. So we're able to find out a lot more about some of the folks that have been with us, and certainly the Flying Irish dancers, to understand really what goes on there and how it came to be, as several of our other guests like N.H. Scott pipe and drums. So it's great to learn about it. And again, happy St. Patrick's Day, and thank you so much, Mary Sarah.
Thank you. And to everyone's watching, on behalf of the Flying Irish, I'd like to say Guramagi, Slán August Bianach Live, and that's Irish for thank you very much, and health and blessings to you all. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We will see you next year right here.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that's a nice way to end our performances, because those young ladies are so darn talented, and that's a very distinct Irish talent that's cultivated by a lot of training. Well, we're running a little over, as I could have imagined that we are. But the most important thing for the last, and for those who are still with us in the area and around the world watching this program, we are going to bring back Kit Shealy, and Kit is going to give us the big news. So no more raffle tickets. That's it, folks. They are turned off as of 2:15. No more. If you did buy one after 2:15, we will refund your money. This is it. So, Kit, how do we do?
We have donors who gave again, and we have a total of $830.
$830. Wonderful.
So 415.
So 415 is going to go to someone. And do you have them in the magic bowl?
I have
the basket, excuse me. The magic basket. I do not have a drum roll unless, Owen, you can provide one. All right.
Okay, here we go.
She closes her eyes. And here we go.
Joanne Mead.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Congratulations, Joanne.
Congratulations, Joanne is right.
Okay.
Oh, that is, you are the winner of the St. Patrick's Day. There it is. The big, let me get a close up of that. Hold on. You can show it again. I'm going to go in. There it is. Joanne Mead. Well done. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Joanne.
For sure.
There we go. Hopefully everyone has had a wonderful time We've seen a lot of talent. We've gone down memory lane, certainly, where we found out some trivia from Owen. We found out about everything that's going on restaurant-wise from Kelly. We have a winner from Kit, and thank you, Kit, for your help in, as you have done in the past, for helping the Park Theater with their 50-50 raffle. We thank the town of Jaffrey for approving that raffle, that we could have that, as they have done before for us, and that we appreciate that very much to the town. So this is kind of the wrap up. One thing I did want to remind everyone, our regular Monadnock Tonight will be on tomorrow with me talking about a lot of news going on with some upcoming events that we're going to be having. Oscar, we're going to talk about the Oscar nominations, talk about Oscar nominated short films that we are going to be presenting next month, and just a lot of news that you can use. So tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Through Facebook or parkyoutube.com and join us for Monadnock Tonight. But I thank our co-hosts, Kelly Bergeron and Owen Houghton and Kit Shealy for the 50-50. It's been great having you guys with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your
All
work.
right.
It's really great.
Yes,
I want to just finish with a tip out of the hat to my good friend Joe Manning, who taught me a lot more about Irish than any of the Wikipedia.
I think you could bank on that. All right. Well, everyone, again, thank you so much for being part of this. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Erin, go Bragh. Sláinte, get your Guinness if you're old enough. Have a Guinness. And that's a St. Patrick's Day virtual parade. And or your Baileys, of course. And we will see everyone next year on Main Street with a live parade. All the best from the Park Theater and the Jaffrey Betterment Corporation and everyone on the staff of the St. Patrick's Day Parade and all of the wonderful sponsors the parade has had over the past several years. Thank you all. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.